enjoying the view. Let's see. There's a pss, 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 pss. Pss, 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 pss. Pss, 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 pss. Well, I don't think he wants to. He's just sitting on the ground. But anyways, fat loss, something we all struggle with at some point or another. Um, Yesterday I reposted a post from, I don't know, like a year ago, where I said, actually, maybe I can pull it up. Well, I can pull it up, but we can't really see it. So it says something like, stop worrying about the state of the health of the world and the fact that 75% of the population is overweight or obese. Um, the only conversation that matters is your own personal preference. So let me see if I okay, yeah. So any conversation, if your preference is to get lean and look good and feel good, then just do that, because any conversation that isn't about your own behavior modification is pointless. All right. And I think a lot of people get stuck in this whole thing of like, oh, the statistics, the this and the that. The statistics is just telling you the state of whatever given sample, right? It actually doesn't have anything to do with you. Um, if you choose to be lean and be a hard body and be healthy, then the statistics doesn't matter, right? I've always said, they do this thing about, um, oh, after age, you know, 21 or 20, whatever number, they go, men's testosterone starts declining by X amount, blah, blah, blah. And that might be normal for a given population. That is not normal for the species, the animal, right? And it definitely doesn't apply to me, because in these samples they're including people who, like, these people are never going to get healthy. These people have never worked out. Why would I put any weight on these statistics? It makes zero sense, but people allow these statistics to, like, freak them out. They get all worried. They go, oh, I need to start taking testosterone. I need to do this. All this kind of stuff. Meanwhile, what you could do is, like, if, for example, in the testosterone one, right? If for whatever reason, if you wanted to increase your testosterone, then why don't you do the things that would cause your body to need to increase testosterone? What would those be? Getting winded on purpose. Those things will cause doing, physical things. Those things will cause your testosterone to go up. But at the end of the day, you actually don't care. You're not looking to have the highest testosterone number. You're looking to be lean and strong and healthy. So why are you so obsessed with this number and these statistics? Same thing with the fat loss stuff. The moment you decide what is your preference, then you can just do the stuff. Like, I have zero interest in the statistics for the population, right? And it's not out of like a lack of empathy. It's just like, I so okay, that is the state. That is the state of the population. Cool. But it has nothing to do with me. And it has nothing to do with my clients. My client comes to me and they're like, I want to lose weight. Cool. It's gonna happen. We can do it. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh well, 75% of America is overweight. Like, what does that have anything to do? So it's just a reminder of like, be very, uh, try to have awareness around like, what am I thinking about? Because a lot of the conversations that people have, they're pointless. Like, they have nothing to do. The only conversations worth having are ones about your own behavior modification. Okay. And that's why I'm bringing this up, because if you can not be freaked out or worried about the statistics, then that frees you to just go and do the training that needs to be done. Go and change your food the way that it needs to be changed. So that's kind of the main message for today, as we're um, just again just sitting here enjoying the lovely view in San Jose. Um, and the second part I'll say, um, a lot of people get frustrated and they allow their emotions. So there's, I've talked about it before, the three filters: the literate, the numerate, and the echolate. And the literate is the words we use, the numerate is the numbers, and then the echolate is and then what. So a lot of times, and we'll wrap up after this, but a lot of times people will go, oh, they'll feel frustrated, and they don't know, like, they say they don't know why they're losing fat. They're eating pretty healthy, they're not even eating that much. And so when you use that language, you are effectively uh, stopping further inquiry by just using those words. And politicians do this a lot. People who are very charismatic or trying to convince you of something, they'll do this a lot. They'll use the words to stop further inquiry. And then, but if you're honest, you go, okay, well, have I actually tracked everything? Have I actually been honest with the amount of food I'm eating? And only you can answer that. And if you're, if you turn it into this whole big shame and guilt thing, then then it becomes a bigger problem, and you're still not going to do it. Then we get into the downward spiral. Then you do stuff to make yourself feel good, and then blah blah blah. Um, and it gets out of control, and it seems even more overwhelming. But if you have a little bit of grace with yourself, it's like, actually, yeah, you know what? I actually have not tracked everything. And I I I haven't done everything I can. That's not true. So then if you do that with grace, then it allows you to move forward and go, okay, like, what's my preference? I do want to give this a honest effort. And it doesn't matter how many times you have to go through that, but it just comes back to sometimes I'll say this is like, well, I'll often say this is like, you have to honor your desire, and that's the doorway to the stuff that you want. If you're just shitting on your own desire, then it's going to be very difficult for you to do the stuff that will give it to you. So anyways, have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. And as always, if you have questions, find me on Instagram or leave a comment. I'm here to help.